If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Well, guys, you know what time it is. It is that time again to read all of your comments from one of my videos. We always announce it beforehand, and I believe this was the most comments we've ever gotten on one of these videos, so obviously that's all thanks to you guys, but let's not waste any more time then. Let's get right into all of it. Sit back, relax, put this on while you're gaming, while you're at work, whatever. We might be here for quite a while. But okay, actually the first comment was up here, I believe, right? Yep. Yeah, Non-Beats was talking about this new bug, by the way. There's another bug with 2 Playstyle Plus cards that if you already had a card with, say, Rapid Plus onto this new Team of the Year Blueprint Evolution, they could actually end up only getting 2 Playstyle Pluses, not a third one. Similar to actually that Attacking Avalanche 1 glitch, right? It's really the exact same thing, actually. So that's what he was talking about there, and yeah, I wish I could help you out. I mean, it's just, I thought they fixed it by now. I thought that was why we didn't get Attacking Avalanche 2, but apparently that was not the reason why. We got at the real Doffy, who says, people complaining about the Bale SBC already, face palm. What do y'all expect? Of course, he was going to be overpriced. He's the most overhyped FC25 player, but y'all want a Bale, knowing most of you couldn't afford it. And it's kind of one of those things, once again, where I think most people actually were pretty okay with the price point of Gareth Bale, but there were some people complaining. I'm sure you could find anywhere out there, anybody complaining about literally anything. We got to try our best to kind of ignore the really, really vocal minority, or not ignore them, that's not the right thing, but just to, you know, acknowledge that they are the vocal minority. That's a better way to put it. Yeah, those Bale stats are so insane. Like, he's not going to be cheap. He was never going to be. I'm not sure if people thought he's going to be like 1 million coins or less. I mean, that was not going to happen. We got D Fewer, who says, what's your thoughts on the very low price ranges for Team of the Year cards? I mean, EA in some way does not want them to be sold very early, but what's the point behind that? I actually don't even know if that's the reason behind why, you know, for example, that Wrighton card was, I think it was 750k price range to start with. That Lucy Bronze card today, I think, came out with like a 500k price range. I mean, just some bullshit, right? That was obviously never going to be the correct price range. And maybe, yeah, you could say it's a conspiracy, as in, like, they don't want them to be sold too early as people get really good deals on stuff like that. If you guys don't know, when a Team of the Year first releases, there's sometimes really, really good deals on those cards because they're underpriced a bit until they kind of price correct. Now, that's a very niche sort of set of people that are going to take advantage of that. So is that really the main reason behind that? Or is it, I think, an algorithm of some kind that just fucks up a couple times? I don't know the answer to that question. I think it is more likely that there's some sort of system behind it that just didn't work, and that would be my guess as to what the point is, but you could be right. It could be some sort of like, hey, we want to limit selling right away. Next up, we got Nemesis, who says, what's making this the worst objective ever is needing 15 wins and people wanting to drag it out as long as possible and not playing Golden Goal. Idiots. I mean, yeah, obviously, I play Golden Goal myself, and I wish everybody else did that, but it's 3-minute halves at least, so the games do go by pretty quickly. What I think the bigger problem is, if you want to, you know, be nitpicky about this objective, is like, you had 4 days to do it with Division Rivals, Weekend League, and all this shit. Well, I guess Weekend League, was it out yet? I think it was, right? I think Weekend League was still going on when this new objective came out. It's just a lot to do at a time that getting 15 wins, where if you're not very good, that could take you 30 games, right? It could literally take you 15 and 15 to get there. And I know it's, you know, less times in halves, but that's a lot of games to play. And no one's making you play all the games in all the game modes, but you just kind of wish there'd be more of maybe a balance there. Alfredo Sanchez says, Trivela Plus feels like the Chip Shot Plus from last year. It's a bonus on a shooting style that doesn't work consistently, even when in good angles. It only works if you green it and shoot from that angle outside of the box. And yeah, I actually think Trivela Plus is way easier to make useful than Chip Shot Plus is, because Chip Shot, you're basically relying on players moving the goalkeeper. And if you want to make chip shots good without them moving the keeper, people would just consider them broken, right? Like, I remember back in the day, FIFA 15, 16, 17, chip shots used to be really good inside the box if you mastered them. But obviously, it's a little unrealistic. Some people would complain about that. So I think it's a lot easier to make Trivela Plus actually useful, and I feel like it'd be really easy. It's an easy super nerf to anybody moving the keeper, right? Because if you have Trivela Plus, you could just basically code it so that if you move the keeper, it basically gives you a way higher chance to score that goal with Trivela Plus. I don't know why they don't do that, but that would help make it useful, considering it's not that useful at the moment. Victor Sanchez says, I saved all the packs for the season, and they were really good packs and no Team of the Year. Got gold cards that were good for SBCs, but that's it. Great packs that should have gotten something special and didn't. And this is just during Team of the Year time, guys. you have to be aware that your odds of packing a team with your card are so unbelievably low. Not that that's how it should be at all. I'm just saying that you should just be aware that like you're gonna probably get screwed over here on team of the year pack pulls, because you're probably not going to pack one. And I hope you all do. I hope you all pack multiple, but I would assume you're probably not going to. The only one saying he's got a Militao Evo. He's excited to see how it's going to look at that team of the year star Evo. I'm sure it's going to be very, very good. We've got Rob Holden, who says, do not know if anyone else is experiencing this, but the gameplay has been back to how it was pre-patch for me today. Defenders outpacing and catching up with the striker. Passes going in every direction except a direction you've actually asked it for. Defenders refuse to clear a ball. Ping pong simulator is back. Horrendous. Yeah, I haven't noticed that per se. I think the pace has been consistently the same for me, but I think what tends to happen with sort of things like this is that the core mechanics of the game, they didn't really change, right? The core system that the game runs on didn't obviously change with the new update, and that's just the way the system is in FC is going to make it so that inconsistent gameplay is possible no matter what they patch. So you'll always have to deal with that, and that is a problem. So we can always give EA their credit for fixing certain things because they deserve their credit, I think personally, for this last patch. They do. However, I still think they need to restart shit because this, let's be honest here, this engine, this system that they've got here, inconsistent gameplay is not going away, right? I think that it's probably coded in the system somewhere, deeply baked in there, they don't know how to fix. So that it still doesn't take away from the fact that we probably need to completely restart. We got Jordan Kaminsky, who says, crazy how great EA has been the last 2 weeks. Really hoping that they hear how bad we want duplicate exchanges and adds them in too. Yeah, I agree with you. I do think they will eventually come in at some point this year. I think EA actually announced that they were going to at some point this year come into the game. I just think that they probably were planning on waiting until a little bit later because we now have duplicate storage. And to be honest with you, it's not even really that necessary right now. It'd be more of just like a fun thing, which obviously in that case you might consider it necessary because it's all about fun. But I'm just talking in terms of like, we have so many SBCs to do that I find it hard to believe people are running out of SBCs to complete with a bunch of fodder. I'd say it's probably pretty unlikely. So in that case, you don't need duplicate exchanges, but I do think it'd be a lot of fun. And I think that I'd be down to have them added whenever they would like to. And then G Turge was talking about how he would score an own goal before he even played in that last objective. So to try and have people not back out, that's probably a smart idea. Flo says Team of the Year is basically a gold card promo, a big scam. I mean, you're not totally wrong. I think where I disagree slightly is like the SBCs are great, which actually I guess you could mean that it's a fodder promo. So therefore, yeah, that goes hand in hand with SBCs. But I think with Team of the Year, we always see great SBCs and people have a lot of fodder saved up when that KDB came out, even when the Bale came out, right? And the Evos, well, the one Evo, I guess. So I mean, honestly, there's been some good Evos, but the main one was the Blueprint one, which does give you a borderline a little bit less than Team of the Year level card. I mean, that card is so good. Rapid, first touch, finesse. That's a really good card. So I think that, yeah, at the end of the day, people think they're going to pack Team of the Years. They're not going to, but it's still probably better than your average promo for sure. And I think that this year it's been very good so far. You know, last couple years actually has been not the best. It's been hyped up, but then it hasn't really delivered. We got Jermaine Pert, who says, I think EA made the changes due to the fact that FIFA 2K is on the horizon. He says, in quotes, if the game is good, why would they switch? Since the patch, I haven't raged once, which is crazy. And I think that, yeah, obviously competition is only a good thing. And I do think, though, the FIFA 2K rumors have slightly died down a bit, which you maybe would not expect to see if it was going to for sure come out. However, that's usually a summertime thing anyway with rumors of game development, right? As FIFA news slows down, we hear more 2K stuff potentially. We do know 2K has hired ex-EA, well, FIFA employees, not just EA, FIFA employees or FIFA devs. They've poached old ones. So obviously, you know, what could that mean? I do think it's a matter of time until a FIFA 2K comes out, but that matter of time could literally be within the next decade because there's just so much money to be made here that if they could potentially get some sort of licensing at all, 2K is a very money hungry company. I think that many NBA 2K fans have known that for a while now, that they, even if they rival FC in the slightest bit, you know, just talking, even if they have half the people playing it, it is going to make some money. And I don't know if they'll make a profit on it per se, but I bet they think they can. You know, the higher ups at 2K, I guarantee you think they can make a better game than EA has. I guarantee you they think that. Okay, moving on. We got Akeem Carson who says, eloquently, game trash. Okay, and then Sigma, I like men. All right, well, then wait a minute. Why is there a comment here from 4 minutes ago out of nowhere in the middle of this? Well, KI, congratulations, you made the video somehow, even though you didn't make a comment in yesterday's video. He said Onana's really good, and you know what? I am going to probably do Onana in that new Evo and keep going with the content, really enjoy it. I really enjoy you. And HPHP, you praising EA is borderline disturbing, and it's kind of funny because people who have been here for a while, you guys know, like, there was a 2-month stretch where I didn't say maybe anything positive about EA, and now I'm like saying quite a few positive things because, like, how could you not? If you want to be objective right now, EA is doing better. You might not like the game still. The gameplay might still not be very good for you, or there's so many things to complain about, don't get me wrong, but it is just really a fact that they're at least attempting to make it better based on our feedback. That, yeah, I mean, it's strange. We got Avitz, who says, I think someone at EA had the epiphany of saying, maybe, just maybe, we should know what the community wants and listen to them. I want to agree with this, but I don't think that that's what happened. My guess as to what happened here was, when we think about content being planned out probably a month or two in advance, right? What was a big deal a month or two ago? The UFL release, right? UFL was doing some pretty decent numbers. It came out, and listen, competition to even that level can make EA actually want to step up their game a little bit. And I think that probably was what happened. It was a mix of UFL and the player count already being a little bit lower than they wanted it to be. Now UFL's coming out. It might go even lower. We gotta, up this content. That would be my guess. And also the gameplay team, I think, finally realized, damn, yeah, this gameplay is not fun that we made. I think we need to change this. And I respect that they got to that conclusion, but it was late as fuck. And I also appreciate that they probably thought they could do a great job on it and they wanted to stick to their plan. But I think their plan was kind of dog shit. Doc and Rum was actually talking about the Bale SBC rumor, and he confirmed it himself. So there you go. Yes, that's going to be an SBC coming out. We got Drumadinho, who says, nah, let's not shame the community for leaving friendlies after 1-0. It's one of the best things we do. Saves everybody so much time. And no, I'm not shaming them whatsoever here. I was shaming them because the objective was 2 goals. So if you play golden goal, and the way the old objective was, you were never going to complete that. You literally couldn't complete it. It wasn't going to happen. So when that objective existed, it was worthy of shame. But now that it's 1 goal in 8 separate matches, then yeah, golden goal is awesome. It is one of the best things that the community does, for sure. 100%. You're right. We got Nicholas Cartledge, who says, used Gold Rodrigo in the Team of the Year Cup last night. He held his own pretty well, all for free cards to use that would otherwise not get to use until August. Only thing I'm telling myself. Okay, so I'm confused by this. All for free cards to use that would otherwise not get to use until August. I think I might be either brain dead or there might be some sort of missing something in this comment. I don't really know how to answer that question or answer that comment. I'm sorry, Nicholas, if I'm an idiot. Crazy Turk, Pact Puteos Team of the Year. I'm not jealous. I'm better than that. Steven Solly says that's going to take you a long time to open packs this Friday. Hope the servers are better this week. I hope so too. The servers on Friday probably are going to be hot garbage, but it's going to take a while. Legacy Clan, if I'm 3 or more up in cup, I just give the 2 goals. We ain't all bad, LOL. No, not at all. I'm actually a person who, if you've been around for a while, is more optimistic about our community than most people probably are. Like most creators you'll watch, be like, oh, we all suck. We do it ourselves. It's all our fault. It's like, well, partly, but also EA creates a toxic environment really a lot. But that's another story for another day. Romanian Car Thief says it's Team of the Year running next week too. Yes, if you guys don't know, the full Team of the Year it used to be from just this weekend. Like it would be, I think, the Friday to Monday. It's when it used to be, just the full Team of the Year 1 weekend. Now it is a full 7 days. Then we got Zvonimir Zubaranovic. I think I said that right. Once I saw the 2 goals per match objective, I was like, no chance with people playing golden goal. And yeah, that when I saw that too, I was like, oh, we're in trouble. This is gonna be an objective of hell. And Pressbox 49, so nice, he said it twice. All of a sudden, EA are great. What the fuck? They fix a broken game after 5 months. Now everyone's up their ass. And this is an important distinction to make, okay? We can praise EA for sure because they're making changes that are only good for us. That you can praise. However, you can't forget that this game was released in a state that was utter shite for a long time, but we did not like this game. And 2 things can be true at once. Praise EA for fixing it, but also you did release a game that sucked, and you can't just forget that. And then BizKid was like, scored the own goal all the time. Did the opponents I faced return the favor? Not one fucking chance. And yeah, hey, and you know what? I appreciate you for being the bigger man. You know what? You were the bigger man in that situation, and you can take pride in that. And Cypher says the worst community in any game there has ever been. And I do agree that there are players in this game that are fucking just the most toxic shit you can imagine, and they need to go fuck themselves. However, like I said, I think the majority are not like that. And I think what happens is everyone's under the mindset of like, oh, everyone's out to get me and everyone that plays FIFA is just a toxic fucking nerd, then it's like, yeah, it's gonna make it actually worse, gonna like reinforce the behavior. But I don't think that's the case. I think that the majority of us are not that way, but you can find people who are literal psychopaths that you're like, damn, you are not, your mom doesn't love you. And Arctic says always give away like 3 wins when I completed it. That's awesome. Good for you, Arctic. Razvan, my 90 Isaac Toure with 86 pace with Jockey Plus. Yeah, I cannot wait to get my Isaac Toure up. He's 6'9", and that's a big motherfucker out there. Monty Matata, we appreciate you, JFC. You know what? I appreciate you. We got Matt Song, who says team of the year SBCs are so shit. Either overpriced like Kimmich and KDB, or past the curve like Ronaldinho, Marquinhos, Salma, etc. The only doable are Vieira and Stam, because you don't need so many playstyle pluses down low in defense. This is a big letdown compared to last year when I left team of the year with Jude, Best, Sawa, Davies, Saliba, Cafu. Also, Bruno was grindable and good. Modric overpriced, Conte good, Kavicha overpriced, Zico fantastic, good price. A similar Kimmich card for Road to the Final was 400k, upgradable. Team of the year Sawa was 1 mil. So I do appreciate the breakdown and kind of like why you think that SBCs were better last year, and I think that's a fine argument to make. And this is obviously pre-Bale and pre the leaks we got today, which were Gyökeres and Abeli and Lautaro Martinez, who looks like my ass. But we also have another card leaked. If you guys don't know, we got Phil Foden leaked as well. That'll be talked about in tomorrow's video. So there could be more on the way here. I'll reserve judgment until we are at the end of team of the year, right? I think that's fair. And then Big Doink said, you guys think it's a good time to buy gold Teo or hold in case of a dip in price for defenders? Well, what turned out to happen here was before this comment, I believe we ended up with a Teo evolution, and now you can't buy him. So that comment's kind of unfortunately irrelevant at this point. Rar, I think, yeah, says, love your content, mate. Factual, funny, no BS. Thank you very much. Plus, this year I'm only doing a Liverpool past and present. I am so uninterested in any SBC that comes out or even team of the year. And the last sentence, so satisfying grinding for and using the Evo players you actually care for. And yeah, I think your experience infinitely grows when you use like your favorite players from your favorite team, right? The AI response says that's the way to go, and I think that is the way to go. We got Biggie Pie, who says the best patch they ever did in FC. I'm back. Well, I'm glad you're back and watching. Marcus says great video as always, mate. Can you enlighten me on the team of the year Evo for Saliba? What to do when? Got the cup done but not use the Evos yet because of your concerns. I don't know what my concerns were actually, but you should be good on doing the Saliba Evo, right? I mean, yeah, you'll get ping pass on him, but I think you'll be fine. I think you will be. What to do when? Just do the Evos whenever you want to. You can do it in any order, I think, as well. Next up, we got Mirla, who says, hey, how can I get Dembele 87 inform or gold card? Can someone please explain to me? Thanks. You can't. Gotta try and snipe him. Otherwise, you are not getting him. And on PC, good fucking luck, because you're not gonna. Danny DeGroot says, when is Bale coming? I probably have to ask his wife that question, but I think he's already came. According to my calculations, we got C Carps, who says Bale or hold for Mbappe. Now, this is going to be up to you, to be honest with you, because they're very, very close. You know, that Mbappe player of the month that is going to have quick set plus, probably 1 playstyle plus, be my guess, but Bale kind of has 1 playstyle plus also. Both don't have passing playstyles. I mean, really, you're looking at like links, I guess. Bale's better links there. They're going to be both 5-star, 4-star. They're actually very, very similar. So rapid plus and quick set plus, compare those two and compare the links. And that's kind of like the decision to make there, I guess. Halim Ziyad is laughing at my jokes. Thank you. I'm glad I make somebody laugh. Denko says, when I did it yesterday, people were scoring own goals after 1-0 to help for the objective. I almost cried how Goid, the calm, worked together. Crying, laughing emoji. And I think he means that the community was working together. And you know what? That's awesome to see. We got James Campbell. Can't explain it better than this, but I prefer listening to you let me know what's happening with FC. It feels more like one of the homies walking me through it. Much easier to digest as content and understand than a robot trying to print money off iPad, kids. Crying, laughing emoji. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, not to be a woe is me type thing here, but honestly, like that probably does hinder my videos in the YouTube algorithm, would be my guess. As I don't like bombard. I'm like, hey, like the video if you want to, you know, have sex tonight. Like I don't do that. I don't make shorts where I'm like, yeah, make sure you stay to the end. Make sure you watch to number 1. Like I don't, my audience is actually like old. My audience is older than like where a lot of other creators are, I think. I don't have the numbers to like back that up, but I just would assume that. That's why I'm so proud of the fact that like we continue to grow grow as a community and channel while like not catering to this shit, which I do really like. And of course, there's got to be times you play the game a little bit. Like I'll title a video a certain way that's a little dramatic, but like there's a certain level that you basically have to get people to click on the video, because if you don't do that, then you can't do this. I mean, there's no other way to do it. That's probably why I'm like so happy with where we are right now, is because like I haven't catered to that, and the community that we have is awesome, because I think we're sort of like all in that boat of where we ended up here because like we don't, I think, like the fake over the top shit a lot. And that's not to say that if you do make that type of content, you're like a fucking awful person. You're not at all. You're just playing the game the right way, really. It's just not for everybody. That's why I think that it's cool that we're still growing despite not really playing the game as much as we probably could, right? Abacus Frost, Small Dini is back. Yes, he is. Axel Romero just save into the Bale and Neymar SBC. Neymar SBC? Well, hold on a sec. Where does this Neymar SBC come from? Those two on the wings are going to dominate champs and rivals. Listen, I don't disagree. The Bale, I'm sure will, but this Neymar SBC, that I don't know if you're Nostradamus or what, but God, I hope you are. We got Person who says, like Zidane, this Bale has only one playstyle plus, basically sucks. He'll be 2.5 to 3 mil, and he kind of was close to that. It's like 2.2, I want to say. Excuse me, and yeah, it is only one playstyle plus, really. So you know, take that for whatever you will. We got Alex who says, I'll be honest, I buy coins, but since when did the people on U7 start logging on accounts and selling our players? I lost like 5 players today, LOL. And funny story, I actually used to be sponsored by U7 Buy. I'm not to talk shit about someone who used to literally sponsor me, but I've heard many stories like this about U7 Buy. That was the reason why I didn't re-up with them, because right towards the end of when I had them as a sponsor, I was getting people talking to me like, hey, I only got 3 million coins and I bought 5 mil, or like random stories like that I would hear, and I'm like, what is going on here? So my current sponsor, MMOXP, if you guys ever have a bad story with them, anything like that, you guys need to DM me, because I definitely want to hear if you guys have bad experiences with them or anything like that, right? And LSF Designs talking about the same thing, really, where they changed it after I completed the whole objective, which, like, thanks. We got Yusuf who says, any tips on sniping team of the week Dembele, or do I full send team of the week picks? Honestly, there's not really any tips behind it, or if you want to go to Pale Tools, you can do that. However, you can get market banned for sniping too quickly with Pale Tools, so I don't recommend doing that, but you could do that, and that would be an easier way to win the card. But yeah, there's no real tips on how to snipe anybody at the moment, other than just hope you get to. And that's really all you can say. And T Jones, I love his mentality, right? You know, he said he finished all the objective when he scored 2, but glad people don't have to suffer more in this one. This is a mentality that I wish more people had just in life in general. Sometimes we have this thing where it's like, hey, I suffered through this, I want you to too, because I did. Whereas it's like, hey, don't we want to make a better everything for like our children, right? Do we want to make them not suffer what we had to, even though maybe you can look at hindsight and say that suffering actually maybe helped me a little bit in some ways? Wouldn't you not want your child to go through that, but then teach those lessons that you were taught from that terrible event, but teach it to them in a different way, that they don't have to go through a terrible fucking event? Like, just to me, that mentality of like, glad people don't have to suffer, even though I did, I respect that mentality a lot, because I think that we can, like, that's the whole goal here, is to make everyone's lives easier as we go on. And it goes to FIFA as well, right? Duck Cube says, so exchanges in the mud, they won't come. Nice. Then I don't want dupe storage. Exchanges are better than dupe storage. And I disagree with this one. I think dupe storage has to be better than exchanges. I think that you could hold it forever. You don't have to be unassigned. You know, like, I think it just I think it just is better than exchanges, but I do want exchanges as well. We got C Mapo, Argentina, City Colors, Sergio Aguero, question mark. This one, well, now we know it was Lautaro Martinez, but that was a shot. That was a Sydney Sweeney DM. That was a 95 footer. That was a Hail Mary. As much as I would love Aguero in the game. G Petrax. What platform are you on? Your menu is smooth as fuck. I'm on PC, and that's why. You want a smooth menu? Just spend $1,000. It's not that bad. Doc and Rum, I did the math. If you spend $1,000 on FC points and start ripping through store packs, you have a little under 50% odds of packing one team of your card. That is crazy. And yes, when you put it that way, holy fuck. Holy fuck is right. He also says, why are you comparing my IQ to an orangutan? I didn't come here to get roasted. Hey, I'm not saying you gotta wait, hold on. This is 12 minutes ago. And this was 53 seconds ago. What is going on here? Trying to find find yesterday's comments. SS33SS3SSS capital says, great video as usual. Keep up the good work. And you know what? I appreciate your comment. We got Smudger style. Mbappe has only scored 2 league goals this month, 1 pen. All the others were cup matches. No way he gets it currently, but if he gets a couple goals in the last league game, maybe. Kike Garcia has 3 goals in 2 games. And I think that if Mbappe's even close, he's going to win it once this year. I think that there's no doubt about that. He'll win at least once. I think he'll be the favorite if he's even close. So I would still say that it's likely he wins it, but it's by no means a guarantee, right? No means a guarantee at all. Powwow says, can't wait to grind that 69 team Maradona SBC. Well, funnily enough, it's not Maradona. And honestly, what the hell happened to those leaks of all those cards? I mean, we're at the point now where you'd think we're at like this day today, maybe today and tomorrow. There's nothing about Ibarbo, Doumbia, Maradona, Beckenbauer. They're not coming out because they would be coming out by Friday. Like that would be the last day that they would come out, you would expect. So I don't know. It just, what a weird leak it was. Simon Gomes says, I hate this fucking game. Worst FIFA if all time. Hey, it's a safe space, okay? This is you can rant about whatever you want to here. I think FC 24 does exist, so I think that it can't be the worst ever, but I think you can make an argument to second worst ever. You can make that argument, but I think worst ever, I don't know how we get worse than last year. If it's ever worse than last year, which I think it was started this year, I mean, at this point, throw the fucking franchise in the trash. Aiden Co, dupe storage makes grinding the upgrades so much easier, especially without pale tools. And yeah, dupe storage with the team of the year upgrades, that is probably why they downgraded them, right? And that does make things so much easier. It makes it so that you'll probably be able to open quite a few more of them this year, because it got to a certain point where if you got 2 duplicates, right, you would not go and rinse those through last year, or even 3. You would need like 5 or 6 to go be like, okay, I'm gonna go rinse through them. Those 2 or 3 dupes you're gonna get that you would have discarded before, those will all add up in dupe storage. You'll end up with quite a few more packs. That's pretty nice there. Dominoes, I've decided Rush is an unplayable game mode. The average person is so stupid that it makes Rush feel like a chore, never playing it again. I'm not gonna lie to you, Rush teammates are hot trash. I mean, they are, you think you're not very good? I want you to go play some Rush drop-ins, and all of a sudden you're gonna seem like you're fucking Tex, okay? I don't know what we're playing with. It might be 6 to 7 year olds, honestly, because they are terrible. Rush with friends, though, or like competent teammates, super fun. But if you're playing alone, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be rage-inducing. Devive, please do a shirtless stream for your upcoming Team of the Year stream. Okay, I think that's TOS. I don't think my stream would last 24 hours if I went shirtless, but there's some sick pups out there. Anubis TGA Sports, in reply to the person who said the community will complain about anything, reminds me of a Chris Rock joke from Bigger and Blacker. You can fuck a woman with a diamond dick and she'd still complain. Point, can't please everyone. And that's true. I can't please everybody. Shout out to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Chingy from Australia. Day 116 of an 87 rated Vardy because 6 Evo. I love that this is still going on. And his last sentence down here, he's talking about rolls, right? Except apparently moving 2 meters up the field makes Conte shit the bed and goes from a plus holding CDM machine to a brain injury patient holding center mid. And that's one of those things where, like, if you want to complain about this new system this year, it is like, yeah, if you could have center mid holding with no plus and CDM holding plus, and it's like, okay, now I can't use this card as CDM. Like Patrick Vieira, my icon Vieira, can't play CDM, even though that is all he plays. Basically, he's all he plays is CDM. His center mid holding plus, I believe. He for sure has a plus. I could be wrong about that, but he doesn't have CDM at all, which is just so, like, if you want to be nitpicky, it just makes your team so much harder to fit around that I am glad that they're doing more with the roles now as we get later on in the year. Like, look at the Team of the Year cards that came out over the last couple days. They've been doing better with that, and I think that they've been doing better over the last, like, month with that, but still, it's not perfect, and it's kind of a shit way to do things. But if you do want a system to where you can't play everybody everywhere, then I guess you have to limit it somewhere, right? Jeffrey Kessler for the Team of the Year center back Evo. Do you remember if the passing one is from the scoring objective or the win objective? And then Cyber Eraser replied and then told him which one it was. So there you go. We'll keep moving on. First class knowledge. I've got that same Toure, gonna play him at CDM for the LOLs. Bro, that Toure card, I've only played with him with 69 defending, I think, which is not nice for this time of the year, but honestly, even then, like, you notice him on the pitch, and I cannot wait for when he's got 85 pace and 90 defending, because it's gonna be an insane card. We got Anubis once again. EA going from 2 to 1 is the same as US banning TikTok, and then allowing it. Much like how the government did that as a PR to make the Prez look like a hero to TikTok-obsessed people, EA did this to look like they care about the community. Watch the defending Evo be a 10-win online-only draft objective. And yeah, you know, it's conspiracy talk. Like, obviously, there's no proof of that, but is there some truth in maybe them being like, yeah, we'll release it as 2, but then make it 1 quickly after? Or what do you think? I mean, it's all speculation, right? We got C Franchise, a longer comment here. It's kind of talking about how he thought Wrighton would be one of the more disrespected ones price-wise, and she really wasn't. And then he wanted help on buying a right mid for his team, and ended up just saying, never mind, Bale it is. So there you go. You figured it out. Alex, again, different Alex, says ping pass is so clutch, less errant passes. And I totally agree. I think that ping pass, I think every passing playstyle right now has its uses. Even whipped has its uses. I think it's probably the worst one of all of them, but all the passing ones are very important this year. And do not forget about them. Jesus Martinez, Mbappe gonna be 50 squads. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be, what was the price on last year's one? Was it 2.5? I think something like that was the first one. This comment we actually read out on yesterday's video, if you want to check that out. I replied to him and went kind of into detail about it. Next up, the man. Before the patch, I never really scored more than 3 to 4 goals a game. This weekend in FUT Champs, I was averaging like 5 to 8 goals a game. LOL. One game I played, I lost 11-9. Had to watch the guy gritty 11 times on me. And if I saw a guy gritty 11 times on me, I probably would have snapped my neck. But yeah, I mean, this is, I think that it's hard to tell still early on because we're so used to not having to manually defend that it's going to take a while to get back used to, like, hey, you have to switch your center backs now, at least more so than you used to. And maybe when, you know, 3 more weeks goes by and it's like games are still crazy scoring wise, which I would still rather prefer. Some people might not like that and will want a patch again, like, hey, we need help defending. But guys, the moment we need help defending on a patch, we need to be careful what we wish for, because you know for a fact, like, telling EA, yeah, you have free reign to make defending easier. I mean, we are asking for it. I think if we make defending easier again and it's just hell again to play this game, I think that we deserve all of what we're going to get if we are like, yeah, let's actually make attacking worse again. So even if you don't think it's perfect, like you think it might even be too easy still, I think we just don't want to give EA the reins and like, hey, can you make defending better? Like that might be our worst nightmare. Roberto, thanks for the info on the Toure card, so I'm still going to wait. You're welcome. James says, mad theory, if you want to pack a team of the year, firstly buy one, then within 5 packs, boom, you'll see that blue. Yep, I think that you're absolutely full of the good shit. I think that theory is my ass. I appreciate the comment. I do appreciate it. And anything interesting here? True Viking. Mr. Nort says we need exchanges. Yeah. Moving on. Zach says, wait, so you're opening packs on Friday? First time hearing about it. Yes, I am opening packs on Friday. In case you guys didn't know. Because you guys know that. Got Edwin. By the way, I got Puskas from the 1 of 5 84+ player pick from the season free packs. LOL. And dude, that Puskas card, there's a couple cards that I think I would need to change. I would need to change my trousers if I were to pack them. Puskas would be one of them. And keep in mind, like, packing a Puskas, I mean, you're just not going to do it. But if somehow you did, I would, yeah, I don't know. That Puskas is just a card that I really, really would look forward to. Probably him, and I'm trying to think of, like, who else it would be. It'd probably be Puskas and Bonmati, maybe, would be the ones I want the most. That would be ones that maybe you wouldn't expect to be, like, the average sort of, like, Pele's and shit like that. And last comment, I believe, here is Edwin, who says, 0 seconds, no views, guy fell off. Yeah, much you fall off his dick, asshole. But if Mitch, at this point, you know what to do. Drop the ass, okay? The peach emojis. Get him flying in. I'm hearting them all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching if you got to this far in the video. Love you all. Thanks for the over. So peace.